What in the world was that? The movie was great. That was amazing. I just watched the new Demon Slayer movie that came out the other day, and let me tell y'all, that was peak. I would give it an honest to goodness rating, like 9, maybe even a 10 out of 10. It was really good. Displayed everything it needed to, captured everything that it should have, and was visually very, very, very pleasing as the entire Demon Slayer series is. So let's talk about it. Let's kind of go through. Let's try our best to stay in chronological order and kind of talk about the movie and our thoughts. Real quick, if you haven't watched it and you're planning on watching it, do not watch the rest of this video. You're just gonna spoil it for yourself. Like straight up, like why would you do that? I don't know why you would want to, but hey, you've been warned because I'm about to lay my thoughts out there on the entire movie right now. Before we get into it, I have to say I'm Droplet or Zach. You can call me either one, whichever you prefer. And welcome back to day number 256 of 500 posted straight in a row. I'm gonna make it happen. We're over halfway. If you don't know who I am, get tapped in, subscribe down below, and just watch any videos that you see pop up of mine and you think are cool. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Consider dropping a like on the video too while you're here. Hey, appreciate it so much. All right, enough self-promo for me. Let's actually get into it. Start of the movie. We pick up right where it left off. You know, gets just a little refresher and a couple, like 2-3 minute refresher, I'd say, maybe even more. It didn't feel that long. We see what happens. We see the castle exploding with the dude sacrificing himself, the master, which first off, that is insane right there. So you're already having a hot start because that is wild. And for being a 2 hour and 36 minute movie, let me tell you, they wasted no time, okay? We got that short recap and we got straight to business, y'all. We got straight to business. So everybody dropping the castle. Tanjiro's going down. He can't stop himself. We see Giyu, the water Hashira, come out of nowhere, saves him, keeps him alive. I mean, it was awesome. So right away, boom, hot start. We're in it. And then all of a sudden, no time wasted either, okay? Because again, 2 hours and 36 minutes. And it took them that long to portray 3 of the fights to us. 3. That's it. And they were all so good. It was insane. First fight though was with Upper 2, and we have Shinobu Kocho. I pulled up the names, that way I would not say the wrong name for anybody. Might be mispronouncing still, so if I am, I'm sorry. But Shinobu, the insect Hashira, she gets pulled up on Upper 2 right away. Or doesn't get pulled up on, she pulls up on him actually. And man, we see the first introduction of this guy. He is out here munching on people. Just eating them up. She's like, smells like blood. And sure enough, boom, camera pans to him, munching on people. She gets straight to business. She understands what's happening. And then that's when they hit us with the backstory of him being the one who killed her sister. What? That's freak, dude. The way they displayed the backstories in this movie was so good. I'm gonna try and keep that for later though. We're gonna stay chronological order, try and move through it, like I said. So we'll hold off on that for now. Shinobu realizes, she recognizes that this is him, and she gets to business. Okay, so she puts poison on her sword, stabs him straight to the eye. Boom, instantly. And the movie as a whole, the entire time, the sound effects and the camera work, quote unquote camera work, right? Because it's animation, so it's not like there's actually camera following someone, but the camera work, the angles they used, the sounds they used to display everything, it was spot on. Little sword movement, you had like the little tinks, and it would, you know, be higher or lower depending on how big the movement was. Very good. She gets straight to it, shink right to the eye, and then the poison's going in, and then all of a sudden he just, you know, absorbs it all, adapts to it. It doesn't affect him. I'm like, what is this guy made out of? Like, this is Upper 2. This is the power of Upper 2. So, me, myself, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my boys with me. I'm like, hey, this movie just started. We're getting this intense. We're taking a while to explain this, I know, so apologies, but it really deserves it, to be honest. Puts her sword back in the sheath. She gets another poison on it. Boom, 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 boom. Stabs him like 20 times, and he's like, don't worry. I've been told that you switch up your poison for every demon you face, and I bet you do it in that sheath of yours. Okay, this guy blew my mind already. He is out here. He knows everything she's about. He knows all her moves. And the Hashira Shinobu, she's like, just as I suspected. Like in her head, she's saying that's just what she thought, that they probably exchanged information. I came prepared for this. Hey, long story short, she put up a tough fight. I cannot lie. Very good watch. Very good fight. Very, you know, hit the fetus, hit the heart. Like, she was going at it. Her big sister stepped in at some point because she was dead, basically. I mean, he sliced her. Huge cut all the way down, just like that, in the rib, in the gut, too. She was done for. Big sis comes by in ghost form, you know, the classic. Tells her, get up. I know you can. You know you can, and you will. Lo and behold, she gets up eventually. She starts fighting again, and then she pulls out another move we have never seen before. I think this one was the dragonfly stance. I don't remember what she called it exactly. It was dragonfly something. Starts going insane, like 50,000 different punctures. And then after that, she went with the centipede form. I believe that was her last one. Again, could be wrong, but I think it was centipede because she was around him by all directions. Couldn't see her, couldn't keep up. Boom. She eventually sends him into the ceiling. Comes up. Boom. Stabs him right in the freaking neck. I'm thinking, absolute cinema. She did it. She took down Upper 2 all by herself. This was crazy. Nah. She falls down from the ceiling. Sword, lets go of the sword, falls down. And all of a sudden, we hear her say, "Why does my poison work on him? I don't get it." And I'm thinking, what? Hello? It's not working? No, of course it wouldn't. Why wouldn't it work? And none of the other poisons worked. So, long story short, just to wrap this part up, she got packed up and absorbed into his body. And that's when we see her student Kanayo Tsuri. Did I say that right? Not sure if I did. But Kanayo comes by. I think the first name's right. At least I hope. She comes by. She sees her master, okay, the Hashira, inside Hashira, getting absorbed. And she's like, oh my god, frozen in fear. And I would be too. I can't even lie. So can't blame her. And then we jump to the next fight. Okay, this is where it gets even better. We get Zenitsu coming in. Mind you, along the way, we've had all these other Hashira fighting off just lower ranked demons, not really that good. But they've been fighting them off, doing their thing. And we get this boy pulling up, and he means business. Zenitsu's not messing around. Look at this. I don't get Funko Pops of many people. I only get into characters that I really like. Okay, look at this. Look at this collection I got. I had to move it around because I pulled those two away. But look, it's only ones that I really like. I got Mew, Gojo. I got Squirrel, Leonardo, Itachi, I got Fushiguro down there, I got my boy Sukuna and Kakashi, and then over here, as you have seen this entire video, and I talked about it a little bit in yesterday's, I got my boy Rengoku, because I love him so much, he's tough, I'm literally going to get a tattoo because of him, that's how much he means to me, and my boy Zenitsu, my brother actually got it for me for my birthday, shout out big bro. You get the idea, right? So he's locked, he means business pulling up, and well, what would you think? He pulls up on upper rank 6, which is his senior, which in short just means that he was training with him to be the next coming of the Lightning Hashira. He was supposed to replace their Gramps, and he didn't do it. He turned to the bad side, became a demon. Boom, here we are, set the scene. We're in this fight. Okay, we saw that whole background with them. Now we're in the fight. All right, so we're kind of skipping over that background a little bit, I know. Apologies there. You guys saw the movie. If you're watching this, I assume you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just know that it was amazing. We find out Zenitsu only knows the first form, and that's it. We've known this forever. Well, the other dude knows every form but the first form, and we find out that the first form is crucial to all the other forms, so you can't master the other forms if you don't know first form. So this guy made his way all the way to being upper 6 without even knowing the first form. So how good is he with all these other forms? That's what I'm thinking, if he doesn't know the fundamental one, the basic one. Well, all of a sudden, he starts busting out all these different moves on our boy Zenitsu. He's going at him. We're seeing all these lightning moves we've never seen before. And me personally, I'm kind of getting excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, we finally get to see some other forms of lightning besides thunderclap and flash. Like, this is great. And Zenitsu, boom, dodges and weaves it. First try. And he's shook. We see Kageko, he's shook. And he's like, how'd you dodge that? He's getting faster than the last time I seen him. So now he's like, all right, I gotta take Zenitsu serious. Maybe he's not that crybaby boy anymore, but low key, he's still thinking. He's like, this boy is the crybaby. All right, we get the whole flashback scene whenever we come back. Zenitsu tries first form, thunder, flash, and clap, and like eighth, whatever he calls it. I don't know, 8 claps. I don't know, whatever he calls it. That's weak, bro. Get that out of here. So it did not work. He dodges it. Our boy Kageko, he dodges, and he's like, that's all you got, man. You can't beat me. He starts comboing our boy Zenitsu with all these different moves. And like I said, I enjoyed seeing the moves, but our boy Zenitsu is getting packed up. I can't see my boy do that. And eventually, he gets on his feet, and he's fighting. After falling down, he attaches to the side of the wall of the castle. And all of a sudden, he starts charging up this power we've never seen before. I'm like, okay, all right, you got this, bud. You got this. This is about to be the most deadly, like, thunderclap and flash we've ever seen. I'm thinking he's going, like, 20th, whatever he calls it, 20 claps again. I don't remember what word it was he used for the 8th one the first time, but I'm thinking he's going, like, 20, 21. He's going to go crazy this time. No. He pulls out some dragon, and he goes, 7th form. Huh. So you knew another form? Boom! This dragon, the visuals that they displayed during this, the sound cues, just everything about it was great. Boy takes him out, and they're both falling down. The severed head of Kageko is just dropping, and his body's dropping ahead of that, and you got Zenitsu above him, and they're talking. He's like, how did you beat me? You only know the first form, you're puny, you're nothing, blah, blah, blah. No way, I lost to you. And Zenitsu's like, Gramps liked me better. I'm his favorite. That's how I'm playing. He didn't say that, but they did have a little debate about that back and forth. And Zenitsu's like, I taught myself this form. He didn't teach me that. I taught it to myself because I wanted to fight with you one day, alongside you, to show you and make you proud of me. Dang, man. Dang. But instead, he had to use it against him to take him out. You can't tell me that doesn't just close off the arc of the two of them, the relationship between them. You know, Zenitsu was still trying to be there with him and prove to him that he was worthy, and that boy had nothing to do with it. He wanted nothing. So he took him out. It was poetic, man. It was poetic. Our boy taught himself a new form of lightning breathing, used it, took out his senior, so to say, and who was supposed to be the successor for the lightning, Hashira, and that's that, alright? That fight's over. They come in, they save him, they start healing him up. The Demon Slayer Corps is defending off all the demons, and they're dragging our boy back to the studio, right? Mind you, this is something that I forgot to say. But in between this fight that just took place, somewhere in here, and the end of the last fight, we discover the master who blew himself up at the beginning of this video. You remember talking about it, right? It's in the last episode of just the normal series. You can go watch it on Netflix right now. You don't have to see it in theaters, but that's there. He is a son? Where'd this come from, man? Where'd this come from? Master, you have a son? So now we have a new master. And he's masterminding this whole thing, him and his two, I don't even know what. Okay, I don't know if they're his little sisters. I don't know what they are. All right, but they're behind him, and they're all writing on maps. There's like 20, maybe even more than that, people coming in and out of the room. They're putting this map together, piecing it together, trying to figure out where Muzan is in this infinity castle. Ooh. This is crazy. This guy willingly blew himself up after he dropped Muzan in because he knew they could trap Muzan, and then him and his wife and both of his older sisters, we know those are his older sisters, willingly sacrificed their lives just to try and have a chance of taking this boy Muzan down. We find out he's in there, he's masterminding it, and there's a new master, and we see the crows flying around, of course, we know that, and they are all intertwined with him, okay? We get the idea, right? If you guys saw, again, you know, if you didn't, I'm sorry, I'm not the best to explain it. Just go watch the movie. It was so good. And then that is where Zenitsu has his fight. He takes out Kagekyo, and then we get back, and we're with Tanjiro and Giyu walking again. Boom, we hear that banjo hit. I actually have the name. That's Upper Rank 4, who is, like, in charge of the castle, pretty much, and, like, makes it up. Her name is Nakimi, and she has one giant iron head, kind of creepy with that banjo, but boom, we hear the string, boom, floor and Tanjiro gone, doors open, he's falling, it breaks out water breathing, form 9, I don't remember what it's called, tidal wave, tidal something, tidal, boom, 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 bounces off walls, boom, back up, and Giyu was like, stay focused, Tanjiro, like, he was shook. So Tanjiro's like, yes, sir, so they start running again. All of a sudden, we skip back, and we see this big red ball, alright, we see the aura coming towards them, and they're like, oh no, this is bad. Boom. Scene breaks down, boom, 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 through like 40 floors, Upper Rank 3, out of nowhere. Now this is where me personally, I'm locked. I'm locked for the rest of this movie, if I wasn't already, which I was, mind you, but I am locked from here on out, because I'm trying to see my boy Tanjiro get his get back from my goat Rengoku. He needs his get back on Upper Rank 3. I knew it was coming, and I had to see it happen. So I'm like, this is it. We're throwing hands. More like swords, but our boy Akaza was throwing hands. He's Upper Rank 3. And no time wasted. This man gets this close to Tanjiro, okay? You see how close I am to covering this entire camera? That's how close he is to just ruining Tanjiro right then and there. And he breaks out, whoo, flips over him with Hinokami Kagura. Gets over him. Doesn't really land a hit necessarily. He does, you know, kind of slice up his arm a little bit, but that's it. And he's like, okay, if I can't even slice off his arm, then I can't slice off his head. So he goes in with another one, boom, takes it off. Just to kind of feel good about it. I don't know. This fight was crazy. It was so long. I can't talk about the entire thing. I really want to, but there's just no way I could. I'm going to try and hit on the main points just to save some time here. Because, again, you guys probably saw the movie for watching this video. I know I've said it a lot. I'm sorry. It's my fault, man. They go crazy, man. Just short and sweet. They go crazy. Our boy Giyu started off, Water Hashira. Akaza went, he expanded the Infinity Castle on his own. I don't really know how that worked, but he made it all different levels and stuff. Just made it huge, set the scene. Him and Giyu are going at it. They're hopping on rooftop after each other, chasing each other, boom, exchanging blows. Crazy stuff. And Giyu eventually, he gets like pushed to his limits already. And like Akaza's already faster than him. He's already reading all his moves. What? Like, how's this happening, man? My boy Akaza showed up, disrespecting my go off rip. Tanjiro couldn't get his get back instantly. And now I gotta watch Gyu fight? Like, this is Tanjiro's fight. Like, I'm low-key getting jealous for Tanjiro. Like, I want to see Tanjiro get his get back. Like, this is the main storyline heading into this for me. Like I said, that's my goal. He needs his get back. Well, eventually, Tanjiro comes in. He tries to help Gyu. You know, they're trying to tag team it up together. It doesn't go so hot. Our boy Akaza, he starts going after Tanjiro all of a sudden because he packed up Gyu. Low-key, he did at the beginning. He packed up Gyu. Not completely. Got him off of him for enough time to focus on Tanjiro. So Tanjiro and him are going at it. You know how it goes. Tanjiro just kind of spamming Hinokami Kagura for a bit. And he's, just reading all his moves. We later find out that Akaza is just using the fighting spirit that he can sense from people and his compass. And, that's how he can read every attack, respond, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't at the time. So I'm shook. I'm like, how's he always blocking? How's he always faster? How's he so precise with all of his attacks? Tanjiro's trying to figure it out too. And I'm thrown for a loop. I'm like, this is about to go. Like, I know something's going to happen. It's going to go crazy. Skip forward a little bit more. Sure enough, it does go crazy. All right, we get a little backstory with Tanjiro. And Tanjiro is with his dad. And his dad's, explaining to him the dance that they do every year at the beginning of the year. And the Kamado family, sorry, I almost said Tamado family, the Kamado family. Later, it is, known as the Hinokami Kagura. That's what the dance is that they spam over and over in sunset until sunrise. Okay, we got it. His dad was telling him about the transparent world. That's where it gets serious. The transparent world. And Tanjiro never understood it. He never understood how to tap in. And so he starts collecting his thoughts, thinking about it. Mind you, Gyu is back fighting this guy again, holding his own. And Gyu's got them heightened senses. He's fighting. He's got his Demon Slayer marked on him now. And he's going hard, okay? But Akaza is still reading every move, of course, as we know, because Gyu's fighting spirit is there. Well, Tanjiro, meanwhile, is trying to tap into this transparent world. And eventually he does it. He taps into the transparent world. Realizes that's how he managed to dodge Akaza's blow just a minute ago that would have absolutely murdered him and sliced him in half right to the gut, right? In rib area, and he realizes that's what it is. So he learns how to control it, does it, and he gets right behind him, and Gyu's sword is snapped in half at this point, mind you, and he just screams at the top of his lungs. Gyu's like, this is it, Tanjiro, like, behead him, he's no idea you're there. And this boy Tanjiro screams at him. He's like, Akaza, get ready to be beheaded. I'm like, oh, great. It's either his head's coming clean off right now, or Tanjiro just ruined it. Well, Tanjiro ruined it, because this boy, he's out of there. Well, not exactly. No. Tanjiro got his head off. His head comes off. And then all of a sudden, Akaza grabs his head, puts it back on, regenerates. Hello? That's not supposed to happen unless it's moved on. Oh, this is where it brings us into Akaza's background, which is like the last 40 minutes of the movie. Yeah, it was good. It was good, okay? His background was... I didn't care. I needed to see Tanjiro pack this man up for my GOAT. I needed to see him get his get back for my boy Rengoku. That's all I cared about. So, yes, it was a very good backstory. I think it was a little drag out. Okay, it was a little long, but it was good overall. We see his backstory. He goes and massacres everybody and then moves on and is like, heard of a demon sighting here, but I didn't send one, but it's just you. You're a human. And then he literally sticks his hand through his face and is like, I'm going to pump you full of so much blood, it's not even going to be funny. And this boy Akaza is literally like, I don't care what you do. Brother, what? You're just going to go down like that? Huh? I was lost. Mind you, all I am wanting to see this entire time is my get back from my GOAT, Rengoku. Rengoku, dude, I'm telling you, he had deep for me. I'm trying to see that get back. And it ain't happening yet. Okay, so we come back. This boy Akaza is fighting without his head on. And Tanjiro's passed out because, he went into flow state, literally, to go into the transparent world. Like, no senses, no nothing. The boy Akaza can't sense his fighting spirit or nothing. His compass is in shatters. All of a sudden, he starts healing up on his head where it's gone. And even though his head already dissolved by this point, because he chopped his head off, reattached it, chopped it off again, head dissolved. Man, it was a whole thing. And now that I'm, kind of getting enraged again about, getting Rengoku's get back, it's all getting blurry for me. So sorry if I'm telling you the wrong order of things at the moment. We're at the point that Tanjiro is already knocked out. Gyu is like, oh my gosh, this boy's body is still moving. Akaza's body is still moving. Tanjiro's gone. My sword's in half, but I have to fight. Like, I can move. And he says, and Gyu's like, I can't hear out of my right ear, or left ear. And he's like, I can't feel my right arm either, but I can still grab my sword. And so he starts yelling at Akaza. He's like, what are you doing, Debbie? I'm still here fighting. You can't get away from me, blah, blah, blah. And then Akaza's like, what are you stupid humans? You're an indomitable spirit. You won't ever go away. And that's where we see more of his backstory. And it turns around to go for Tanjiro. And Tanjiro leaps towards this man. and his sword comes out of his hand. So it's over. Tanjiro's actually dead here. Like, I've thought it a couple of times, but Tanjiro's actually dead at this point. Well, now, boy hits one. Well, sure enough, that's the same move that the dojo master at the Sonya Dojo used on Akaza that many centuries ago. I can't even say years ago, because it was centuries ago. That's how old Akaza is as a demon. Hey, real quick, consider subscribing down below and dropping a like, because in 2 years, yes, you heard me, 2 years, when the next Demon Slayer movie comes out, I will be watching it. And I will probably make another video on it, because I would love to keep making videos by then. I know, the animation takes forever, and that's why it'll be 2 years. But you know what? It'll be worth it in the end. It's just going to be a very long 2-year wait until then, and another long 2-year wait for the last part. So then eventually, after some back and forth of flashbacks with Akaza's background and his backstory, and, you know, coming back to fighting Tanjiro and Giyu at the same time, he's charging up the same freaking move that he took my goat out with, and I'm getting nervous at this point, I can't lie, because Tanjiro doesn't have a sword. He knows he's cooked, so he's running at Giyu, and Giyu's like, leave me, save yourself. But Tanjiro's trying to get them both out of range, because that boy Giyu means more than anything to Tanjiro. And so, boom, Tanjiro, like, grabs him, they're dodging, and Akaza's literally aimed right at him, and then all of a sudden, boom, starts obliterating himself. What a change of heart, man. Because he realized that the loser he wanted to get rid of, I don't remember the exact wording he used, the weakling. I think he said, like, the weakling that he always hated. I think that's what it was. Needed to be gone because he's causing all this suffering, like, on himself or something along those lines. That's not the exact message. I know I said that wrong. I'm sorry. And, yeah, long story short, he took himself out after some back and forth with all of his past memories finally coming back and reliving, because we also learned that he lost all his memories once he turned into a demon, and Muzan is yelling at him, you know, so they're fighting back and forth, and then boom, eventually Akaza is able to free himself. He's taken out. Tanjiro and Giyu are both unconscious, just flat on the ground. Giyu's actually, like, laying on his sword like this. We get to see Upper One for the first time this whole movie. He starts going crazy. He's like, I feel Akaza's presence. It's gone. What do you mean? You changed up. You aren't standing for anything that you wanted to before. He's like, what a weakling. Slices, like, this whole place in half that he's standing in. I don't even know what it was. But he did it without moving a muscle. Upper One and Upper Two? They're going to cause some problems. Luckily, I get to wait another 2 years before I see those problems. So, you know, we'll reconvene then. But I will say, the movie as a whole, like I said at the beginning of this video, very good. I would have liked to seen the Snake Hashira Obino. I think I said that wrong. Obanai, and the other one, the Wind Hashira Sanami. I would have liked to see them fight in this movie just because they're D1 crash outs. But that just means we'll see it in the next one, because we'll get to see Upper 2 fight again. We get to see that fight. We'll get to see Upper 1's fight and Upper 4. And then I'm assuming the last one will just be Muzan. I don't know, though. It'll be till 2029 before we figure that out. Very brief breakdown of my favorite parts of the movie as kind of a whole, and my thoughts on it. Eventually, Tanjiro did get my get back for my goat, though, so I'm happy. Now, I was shook, though. When Akaza first came up and he was disrespecting my goat, literally straight away he's disrespecting my goat. I couldn't stand it. I literally turned to my friend. I said, nah, he can't be disrespecting my goat like that. It was an experience. It was an experience for sure. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for listening to me rant and ramble and tell you a little bit about the movie, but mainly just my thoughts on it. I'm going to go get these boys posted back up where they're supposed to be in my collection. Freaking goat, dude. Rengoku, I love that guy. We got to see him in the movie, actually. We did get to see a little flashback of him, and we saw his dad, and it threw me for a loop for just a second. I was like, what is Rengoku doing with Tengen? Because Tengen is still alive, and Rengoku isn't. And then I was like, oh, that's Rengoku's dad. It got me, just for a split second, because they are protecting Nezuko. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys y'all's days, and I can't wait for 2027 when the second part comes out, man. Love y'all. Peace.